Welcome to another episode of the Poe Underground Podcast. I am your host, D.K. Mckenzie. In today's episode, I have 7 short musical poems I'd like to present to you. This first poem is called Dead of Night. It is by an American poet named Robert P. Tristram Coffin, who won a Pulitzer Prize and died in 1955. I never heard of this poet until this week, as a matter of fact. And trying to pull information on him, I came across an article from this year of June, as a matter of fact. And in the article, it says that 2 workers from Trinity College recently came up with a theory that this poet, Robert Tristram Coffin, was actually the model for the main character of The Great Gatsby. You can read the articles, and it's a very compelling theory. And without further ado, let's launch into Dead of Night, and I hope you enjoy it. Now at the lowest ebb of night, when only snails go by on silver paths across the lawn, wakens a lidless eye, round and lidless as the moon, bulging with its fear. An angel sitting in the depths of its amber sphere. The hound's nose lies between his paws. The horse stands mute as stone. Of all the friends there are to man, one watches there alone. He sits upon his perch and lifts his battle-mented head, and hears the pulses of the stones and the snail's low tread. He hears through thickness of the earth the golden ball of day reach its lowest curve and turn on its upward way. Joy comes up his stiffened neck and blows a trumpet's sound. The flowers stir upon their stalks. The seed stirs underground. The cock sets spheres in blood and sap, rolling faster on. Across the thinning stars roll up the crystal balls of dawn. This next piece is called Walk. It is by the American poet John Gould Fletcher, who was the first Southern writer to win a Pulitzer Prize. And I wanted to mention he wrote one of my favorite poems of all time. We featured it on this podcast back in episode 27. I suggest you check it out. For those of you maybe who are new to poetry or don't really like poetry and maybe you like cool music, this is a poem that I would call cool. If you are a Hell's Angel, I would say, I understand you don't like poetry, but why don't you check this poem out? And this is the one that I would showcase. I would say, check out Shiraku Dreams, because it is very cool. And actually, the music that I've been using in the beginning of this podcast for the last several episodes is Shiraku Dreams. But without further ado, let's launch into Walk, which was recorded back in March with our guest, a reader named Brooklyn. This is an improvised recording. I wish it was more polished, but we did it on the spot. We did it in less than 40 minutes. We recorded 16 tracks very quickly. The poem is pretty incredible. I wish my playing was up to par, but it is what it is, and I hope you enjoy it. Check it out.
children struggle for foothold on the pavement, familiar ascension. I do not heed the city anymore. It has given me a duty to perform. I pass along nonchalantly, insinuating myself into self-baffling movements. Impalpable charm of back streets in which I find myself, cool spaces filled with shadow. Passers-by, white hammocks in the sunlight, bulging outcrush into old tumult. Attainment as of a new harbor, of some shop forgotten by traffic. With cool corridored walls,
And this next piece is called The Blue. I've been a very bad poet. Why do I say that? Because I consider my music and poetry my children, so I feel very bad that I did not include this piece that was recorded back in either the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, and this is the first time it's making its debut on the podcast. And here it is, The Blue. I hope you enjoy it.
Ain't nobody here. Welcome to the Ghost Metropolis. Ain't nobody to defame or arrest. Ain't nobody to harass or confess to. It's blue. It's all very blue. I'm covered in sticky colors and hues of blue. My eyes were green, but now they're blue. The very few people here, they too are glued to the blue. The sticky, sticky blue. It stretches and sticks from the floor to you. Viscous, oppressive blue, tugging on your main line, spreading, filling all of space and time. The blue and discreet machine, perpetual and mean, spraying out the blue, consuming, washing over everything in view.
And these next three pieces are from the recordings we did back in March with our guest reader, Brooklyn. I have not included these in the podcast up until now. These are the last three remaining pieces from those sessions. These were all improvised on the spot, and neither one of us was aware of what we were going to do next. She was reading the poetry in real time as it appeared on the prompter, and I had no idea what I was doing on the piano. Maybe it sounds like it at times. Sometimes it sounds okay or pretty good considering the fact. So I'm going to let these three pieces run very quickly. They're all about a minute each. And then we have one more piece after that. The first piece is called Hot Juicy Circles. The next piece is called Cut the Conversation Short. And the next piece is called For the Future. And without further ado, let's launch into them.
Hot, juicy circles. I hunt the sun. The shades must be instigated into a submission of sorts. The shade must peel off like a garment to reveal the nakedness of my love, the sun. Shadows be done, shadows be gone. Summer light saturates the dome, where we dare to tread and roam, and flourish forever. Hot, young, orange, solar, life companion, eternal, burning, fire, fill the red sky above. Hot explosions in the sky, hot juicy circles exploding in the sky. We had to cut the conversation short due to the frugality of time. Not enough time to explore every quantum probability of options. You had to run off to work, and I had more self-torture to inflict and endure. The afternoon was ripe, and the mystery of life remained unsolved. And for the future. Everything is conceived and constructed for the future. Someday this, and someday that. This will come, and this will pass. Someday peace, and someday love, in an indefinite place. Everything is paused, on hold, because of tomorrow. Because of tomorrow. For that I slave, for that I break, for that dreaded someday. I hold my breath. I resentfully partake of one more birthday cake.
And this last piece is called October. It is from the poet Marion Louse Bliss, who was also featured in episode 41, that also featured The Great Gatsby prose that I mentioned earlier. So you can check that episode out if you like. It's a pretty good poem. And this is the first time in this podcast where I am presenting music that I had nothing to do with recording-wise, producing-wise. The only thing I did was mix my voice in with this track, which is called a Creative Commons music. I found this pretty cool track of music, which is all strings, and because it's Creative Commons, it means that I'm free to use it. And I wanted to add poetry to it. I thought it was really cool. The name of the project is called Lovira, Lovira. You can check it out online. It comes from an album called Experiments. And without further ado, let's launch into it, and I hope you like it. October is a tawny leopard, a yellow leopard in the sun sprawling. His tail gently taps the tall stalks, where of late the yawning yellow of the sunflowers held out their gilded fingers and turned to semaphore the sun. October is a laughing leopard, a lazy leopard in the sun fawning. He may bear white fangs on frosty mornings, but by noon he is sleek as summer, basking before the red stars of the brazen bittersweet. October is a savage leopard, a spotted leopard stealthily crawling, leaping from days of sunshine to days of cold cloud, leaping from a blur of blueness into grayness. Then it is he stalks winter and snarls into the wind. And that is it for today's episode of the Poe Underground Podcast. I hope you enjoyed these pieces, and I hope you enjoyed your summer. Please feel free to reach out to us on social media and on thepoeunderground.com, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care.